Hey Rujul, good evening. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift.
Thank you so much, Dipshika, and very good evening to you as well.
Let me read a little bit about you. You have a very impressive intro. Rujul Vora, the founder of the Drum Circle in Ahmedabad, partner of Samyag, Infra, and SG Buildcon on the construction end. Academically, a liberal arts student, a major in entrepreneurship from the Flame University in Pune, a master's business design degree from Domus Academy in Milan. Since 2014, he's facilitated more than 200 drum circles and made more than 40,000 people experience the magic of group drumming across organizations and communities. He has opened for the Ahmedabad District Election Commission in 2017, talking to more than 6,000 people, inspiring them to vote and be a part of the change. That is so cool. He was the opening speaker at one of India's biggest TEDx events, TEDx Surat in 2017. And last but not the least, the youngest awardee to be facilitated by the Gujarat CM Shri Vijay Rupani in 2018 for his contribution in the field of performing arts. Welcome, Rujul. We are ready to have a rocking evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. After the pandemic, what I miss the most is because whenever this intro was read out, when we do drum circles, we used to do for hundreds and people. So after this, the round of applause that people give, I miss so many people around, and hopefully we are coming out of it and much better our change selves. And your as your initiative rightly says, we have come out of, we have undergone a shift, and it's a actually paradigm shift, uh,
Right.
and more importantly, not just from outside, but more importantly from inside. So yeah, I think it has done something good to us as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So rightly said. You already answered my question. What is paradigm shift according to you? Already answered that. So I'm not going to ask you that one. Okay. So Rujul, let's see, what you're famous for. I have a cajón right here, and you are ready with your Jamway.
Yes, djembe.
Jimbe, Jimbe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's treat the audience. I know we won't have 6,000 people, but let's treat, whatever
Okay.
viewers that are, and give me easy beats, okay? Please.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
First you show them. Go ahead and show them the excellent drumming.
Okay.
Wow, that was amazing. That was so cool. Okay, so now you lead and then I'll follow. And very, very
Okay.
easy beat. Okay.
Okay. This is going to be my shortest, smallest drum circle till date, 1 to 1. Okay.
1 to 1. Right.
Okay. Super.
Oh,
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm going to, I'm going to hit my this. Yeah, tell me. Another
But
one.
okay.
That is so cool. Okay, so Rujul, tell us, like, what exactly happens with this drumming, the group dynamics. I really enjoyed this one-to-one, your smallest group drumming. So tell us what exactly happens here. What's the concept behind group drumming dynamics?
So basically, drum circle happens for a range of people, different populations of populations. It could be corporate, it could be for a family, it could be for some celebrations in the family, in friends. It could be for mergers where companies get together.
Right,
And so there are different ways in which a drum circle happens, but everywhere the activity remains the same. What changes is how we correlate it with the group. So
right,
so because people everywhere are the same, the way they understand rhythm is the same. Like it could differ from individual to individual, but when we see groups, whether it is wh- uh, they could belong to anywhere, but how they relate with rhythm together as a group remains to be the same. So,
amazing.
uh, yeah. So there are
Go
different
on, go
ways
on.
in which we are given. So before a drum circle begins, or when I meet my clients, they tell us that we want to do a drum circle, but then uh, there are a lot. It can be driven with a purpose or without a purpose. Mostly, I try that if they are when the people come for a drum circle and they go back, they should go back with something, not
Right,
just some rhythm, but also some sense of understanding of what can they do together as a group. So for example, before the pandemic, I did for Lions International. So
hmm,
it's a group which gets together, and it's not a proper business group. Of course, there could be benefits out of it, but then it's not a business group. So how can they be with each other as a community, and how does it impact each one in the community coming together as
right,
individuals? Then
right.
when I do it for BNI, so BNI also has a motto: give us game and give us gain, and what comes around goes around. So mostly I correlate that with my drum circles, and we have done approximately I've done 8 drum circles for different BNI chapters across uh,
Amazing.
Ahmedabad. Yeah.
Amazing.
So
And you have done drum circles for a whole lot of multinationals and corporates. Please name some of them and, tell us also that, you are so young, Rujul, and why would they invite you for this particular team building group dynamics? I mean, what do you bring on the table for these big giants?
so I've done drum circles for renowned names like Procter and Gamble, Zydus, Cadila. I've done. I guess 3 to 4 times I've done for them. I've done for Flourish Pure Foods, which is owned by Mr. Sushil Handa and Meena Handa, ma'am. Sushil Handa
Hmm.
is also known as the owner of Claris Pharma.
Okay.
Then I've done for Apttus India, which is also one of the renowned IT companies, Sophos Technology. So this goes well with IT and pharma industries, firstly, and so yeah, these are the names, and I guess these are the Arvind group I've done with. They were heads from different departments. So yeah.
And why do they invite you, these corporate giants? Why do they invite such a young person like you?
So now, when I started the drum circle back in 2014, approximately April, I don't remember even the date because I never formally started that. I'm starting the
Okay.
drum circles from today. It just has happened as a
Okay.
journey since some day.
Okay. All right.
So the reason that they call me, I guess, is because the kind of benchmarks that have come on my way. They were never like set goals. I've never set a goal for a drum circle. I want to reach here. I want to do this. It's just
Hmm.
happening as a journey. So I've never ran behind getting it to some place. So, for example, very simple. Uh, I'm going to office, and on my way, I see uh, I see a bus of employees going of a certain company, and then it just clicks that let me find a person from this company and just call them. So as easy as that, I find contact. I give them my informative, which is very simple. I do not have any fancy brochures as a
Hmm.
until lately, but the way the what they like about it is that what I read, the who have I done with. Tomorrow someone, just for example, someone comes and tells you that Rujul did a drum circle with Mukesh Ambani. So once you know that Mukesh Ambani has been to Rujul drum circle, you know that you already get a validation, and we all
Right.
work a lot behind validation. So it's a
Right.
very key thing, that because getting the drums is not a major part.
Okay.
Also, a lot of times, certain people think that we can acquire the drums and we can start drum circle, but it's not easy. There are approximately not more than 10, 11,000 drum circle facilitators across the globe. So
Mm-hmm.
globally there are only these many, as far as I know. I read somewhere. But
Mm-hmm.
what matters here is two things, why which are also the reason why I started the drum circle. One is my love for rhythm.
Okay.
Second is my love for people, because I love meeting new people, just getting across to them and talking to them. There could
Right.
not be any purpose, but we always have something in common, even if it's an enemy of ours. Just for example, we have something in common that we connect.
Right.
So so it's about picking the right IP address. So the way they say IP, internet protocol, let's put it HP, human protocol. So there's some common protocol that we can connect to, and we can take it further from there. So
So cool.
uh, also, that when I do drum circles for organizations, what I'm known for is my connect. That the way I talk to my the employees of a company, it's very
Hmm.
informal. It's not, nowhere comes out of any book. Let
Right.
me put this out today. Till date, in last 6 years, I have not referred a single book on human resource or anything related to HR. So it's
Okay.
all natural, and I never prepare for my drum circle. It's all natural when it comes out. So the
So
connect that is built, it was also one of my conscious decisions that I took back, and that I will never prepare for drum circle. It has to come naturally, and I have to be habituated that way. So the connect that is built is very, very natural, and that's the reason that people trust me.
right. That is
So
so cool. So, Rujul, you had told me a very beautiful concept on a telecon before this. What is the actual basis of the drum circle? I mean, why do you do this? You play and then I play, and you play and I play. So, let's tell the viewers what is the actual crux of the matter.
what we can perceive out of this. So what we did right now is an example of call and response that we call as sawal and jawab. So it can be perceived differently at different places. Like I generally use this activity when I talk about communication, how a communication should be. And because a lot of times, as they say, there's this saying which goes as, we do not I forgot the saying, but so it's more about communication, that before we understand something, before we understand the question, we have a lot of us have this habit of answering having heard the question half.
Okay.
So this communication exercise is what is explained through the drum circles call and response. So there are
Okay.
different activities. This was one of them. So there are different activities, like I make them do activities of introspection, meditation, time travel, because I have also done NLP, which is neuro linguistics programming, neuro linguistic
Okay.
psychology.
Okay.
So through this, I also take them through time travel, put them on a scenario basis that you can visualize yourself to be here at this position, because a lot of times it so happens that we are the founders, or the people on the upper management thing want to train their staff, but on the other end it is also important that the people of the upper management act differently. So
Okay.
how it happens is, let me give an illustration. uh, So it's very easy. So for example, there's certain solution that is being put out, but putting that solution into a system takes time firstly. So it's very easy to put down a process that after this I want this, after this I want this, after this there should be this. But then
Right.
when it is put in practice in the organization, it
Right.
does not happen exactly that way. Even if
Okay.
you according to me, even if you achieve 60% of that, you have done a brilliant job from your process, because the way people work, the working habits are different
Right.
accordingly. So for example, when I'm designing processes for my logistics or my people in the drum circle, it is done in a way that how are they putting up the existing systems, and accordingly how can they implement this new system. And
Right.
then there is a process of once the process is put into place, then there is a secondary process which is revising this system as per the process that is going on.
Okay.
So
Okay.
slowly and gradually. So as they say that it's always 1% is a chance of improvement. So it's
Right.
a back and forth process, as we say. What's the word? Integrated process. So it goes on
Amazing.
and on and on. And as the time goes, as we grow, as new challenges come our way, the processes need to change. As the people change, as new people come in, diverse age groups come in, diverse populations come in, the processes need to change as we grow. So
Right.
this change, how we put in place, putting our core values of a company, a vision in place, how we balance these both are explained through the drum circle. It sounds very critical right now, but when we do drum circles, as I said, it's very impromptu. What they
Right.
do during the drum circles, uh, from that we derive lessons. It's not that we have to teach them, as in show them team building or coordination, so let's make them do this. I make them do something, the drum circle goes on, and then there are certain factors which at certain point of time I correlate as in when we come at that point of a drum circle.
Amazing.
So it's
You know
very
what?
very impromptu.
Very, very impromptu. And what you said was, the call and response. I think it's so important, in today's world, like you said, that we have stopped listening. And this call and response is that we have to listen to each other. We have to hear and then we have to respond. I think this is a time where we, in the time of internet, where we're all the time just scrolling, and we don't have such a short attention span of that of a goldfish. I think a goldfish has a longer span than humans now. I think uska 8 seconds hai, hum log ka, I think just 2 or 3 seconds, because we just scroll away. So what you have done here, I think, is so beautiful, that you bring the attention back, and teach people how to listen to each other. That is amazing. So, tell us, Rujul, tell us about your story. Tell us about your paradigm shift. Like, tell us how this all began.
So the paradigm shift, I think the first moment of paradigm shift happened the time when I got this thought that the drum circle, something like drum circle should be brought to Ahmedabad. So, because it never, there were people who came to Ahmedabad and have done drum circles before,
Hmm.
but then drum circle as a continuing entity did not exist in Ahmedabad. So,
Right,
but that was never the thought that something I want to get something new. The basic idea of my love for talking to people generally and my love for rhythm, these were the two major factors as I mentioned.
right,
And the paradigm shift actually happened first was when I actually started, because you can think about a million things, but when you put things
right,
into practice, as I said, that when you put a process into practice, the process might entirely change. There might be, you get to know that this is actually how we do things rather than how we thought we could do things. You
right.
know, so uh,
Amazing.
paradigm shifts have been. I think I go through a paradigm shift every day. It sounds philosophical, but at the end of the day, since ever since 2011, I rightly remember, there was one night when I thought to myself that from today I should know my entire day, what have I done through the day, and there has to be some learning, some small or some small learning at each day. It could
Right,
be it could be anything. So
right.
there's this example I'll give you. So for drums, I we need boxes. We need storage boxes. So and those storage boxes are picked up by our logistics people.
Hmm.
So we might think that I want to decrease the number of boxes and or maybe increase them in size or want it in certain way. But how does it depend on us? No, because the user is not us. The user is a logistics guy. How he holds the
Right,
drum. So he actually came up when we were designing the boxes. The guy came
right.
up and I asked him to pick up the box. So how
Yeah,
many kilos can he easily pick up? Firstly, because more than the number of drums that can be fit into a box, uh, it's on our choice that do we want him to do it faster or
uh,
so
yeah,
if the boxes are light, he can pick up very easily. Even if it's one person,
right.
he can pick up very easily. So that's how the design of boxes was done. And this
Yeah. How
comes
many,
from.
sorry, just to interrupt you here, how many drums do you have to take to event? Like, I mean, the biggest number and your smallest number. Like, how many gym weights do you have to take?
So there's no specific number. We do it from 10 people
Okay.
to hundreds of people, and many a times it so happens that if we do not have the drums, we rent it out and we do the
Okay.
drum circle if we require more. So I did a drum circle for 700 people for at Adani
Ooh.
Shantigram. It was for Adani. Uh, it was done with in collaboration with Adani,
All right.
and yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah.
That must be
So
so much energy, right? 700 people and everybody drumming away. That must be some awesome,
700
awesome.
people, 700 people is crazy. And also one thing that I recall sharing here is whatever according to me, whatever we have, what we do in life, if we become very used to it and if we don't find something new in it every time we do it, our the X factor of why we do it, then we just lose interest, and the we do it, we lose the energy. So with every drum circle there is something new that
Correct.
the people are always new. So I'm often asked that you do the same drum circles everywhere, so what is different? The
Right.
difference here is the people. And then
Absolutely.
the counter question comes is, so can you do something different from what you did there? So I have to explain them that though you are doing something different for these set of people, but it's also important to understand that that group of people and this group of people is different.
Will be
These people
different.
have
Yeah.
never experienced what I did there. So it's
Right.
a,
Right. It's
and
a
again
this. So what is
it's very impromptu. My team also, as I put it always, my team also never knows what the format of the drum circle is going to be. They do not
amazing?
know what the duration of the drum circle is going to be, so it's just like a flight that
What
has took
normally,
off.
right? Normally, what is the duration?
So normally I suggest that the drum circle should be at least 45 minutes at least if you
Okay.
are running out of time.
Okay.
And I have done drum circles that have been 3 hours plus at a stretch.
Oh, how
So there is
nice. Oh
no
my
break,
God.
3 hours plus at a stretch. And in the same drum circle, there have been people aging from 5 years to 80, 85 years. I think my the eldest person who has run with me is about 93 years old somewhere.
Wow, that is so cool. So, Rujul, what are the learnings that you take from this entire drumming and the group dynamics and all the sessions? What are the learnings that you take?
So there are two sets of learnings. One that we learn academically, that how I put it as is the belief system that we develop from our academics, and then there is practice. There's belief and there is practice.
Practice.
How we develop our what comes from our academics is especially the Indian academics is totally different when we put it into practice. But
Right.
fortunately, I was in the Flame University for my undergraduation, and the way we were made to do things was on a very practical level.
Yes. Yes.
So, and that was liberal education basically is about looking at one thing from several different perspectives. As you know,
Okay.
in Munna Bhai, there is a dialogue that circuit says कि सर के सर के डॉक्टर को पता नहीं कि पेट में क्या चल रहा है. So that should not be. You should know something. There is a connection. It's a single structure, so you should know some connection
Right.
what's happening there.
Right.
So I think there have been different kinds of learnings when things were put into practice. So my first learning was of a design challenge because how we came up with the drum circles logo.
Okay.
So I was given different options, and then when we were to finalize, I just popped up a suggestion that can we change this logo to black and red when you see the drum circles logo. It made no sense. The earlier colors had meanings. ये color का ये meaning होता है, ये color का ये meaning. Honestly, when it is put out, it's all about how does it look. Firstly, logo in the first,
Correct.
because we do it for different clients, so the client is not going to
Right.
pay. Give me based on how the logo looks.
Right.
So I asked them that can we make the logo black and red? It makes no meaning, but I could visualize that if my drum circle is somewhere and if it's put on the projection screen, how would it
Look
look?
attractive.
So
Yeah.
it firstly black and red uh, is a young color. Red is a very vibrant color, and the drum circle is extremely vibrant where we
Right.
are on the ground. So
Right.
vibrancy plus black and red as a combination, it's a very rich combination, and people I what I thought was people will take it more seriously when we go to corporates and pitch it to them. So, and it has worked.
I think I'm wearing the right shirt, black and red. So it's vibrant,
So
it's young, and what else did you say? See, I'm not hearing you. And people will take me seriously. Yes, three things. Okay, Rujul, tell
yeah,
us
so that
what were
was one learning. Okay.
okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So that was one learning. Then of course, as that I've been doing, I've done almost 200 drum circles plus, and but there is something new in every drum circle that we do. All the activities that I've done till date, I've learned on the go on my way, and They were never picked them from somewhere. So it just happens
Correct.
as a natural flow. And till date, there are new activities that come up during the drum circle. And uh, as always, as a lot of times, my
Mhm.
team has no idea what's going on.
Right.
But
You just said. Right.
they have nicely and beautifully adapting to change. I think also that
Right. Yeah.
when we are making a shift, there are
Yeah.
certain things and we need to be constant upon and we need to be conscious about. So shift is
Same.
there are some things that should be shifted as the time passes, but there
Yes.
are some things that need to be held constant. So for
Right.
example, I think a very basic and simple example is why did I ask myself, why did I start the drum circle? So that thing should never fade away, and that's the most important. I think
Correct.
that's the
Biggest
root
one.
of why the drum circle is what it is today. That I've held on to that belief that this is what I'm doing it for.
Absolutely. That is so well said. And Rujul, tell me, you must have had a lot of obstacles also on the way. Like you're in the construction business, you've done design and you've done, entrepreneurship, and you are in the construction business. So there, I'm sure there must be like a whole lot of obstacles and people telling you ki, why drums and why this. So did you ever face that? And what were the other obstacles that you faced?
So yes. So how I put this is when we started the drum circle, uh, a relative of mine actually said that अरे ये ढोल बजाने का पैसा कौन देगा यार अहमदाबाद में. And so I shared with that relative that I'll be pitching this to corporates and telling them about team building and some other aspects. अरे गुजरातમાં તને કોણ પૈસા આપશે? Who will give you in Gujarat? Have you seen a Gujarati? But it's not so. I think it's not so hard to deal with people, or because people do understand. It's about we all see value in what we pay, so it's a
Right.
right to ask. And we see different value in different today I might be giving 10 rupees for something, but the kind of value I see in the thing that I buy for 10 rupees, you might be seeing it differently. So
Right.
it's important to understand what are the expectations of the clients. And also as I was willing to mention, I have learned the art of sharing and explaining. I always say that never convince never convince the client with flowery words. Never do that,
Right.
because today's not no client of today works can be buttered. And even
Right.
if you have a very strong reference, trust me, never go with references firstly. That references as in वो क्या बोलते हैं, पहचान बोलते हैं ना. So
Right.
the more you keep it uh, the more you keep it straight, the simpler it is for your client and you. So
Right.
that is where. Also, I generally never negotiate, never, except there might be exceptional cases where the client is not, that much capable enough. But mostly the reason is I've let also a lot of drum circles go from very big organizations just for as little sum as 1,000 or 2,000 rupees,
Okay.
because there have to be some set I always believe there have to be some set rules. And
Right.
if we start negotiating or doing that much, Ahmedabad
Right.
is a small city. In fact, India is a very small place. There could be references from everywhere. So there
Right.
has to be a set image that this is what
Right.
um, um, and I think
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
should not
So
be.
that you keep
Once you
your
start
image. Yeah.
compromising on something, you are not compromising on that sum, but the compromise is being done on your delivery. That do you doubt your delivery?
That is why.
Because
Yeah.
I
So
will
I
give an
think
example.
Yeah.
When I did it for the Ahmedabad District Election Commission, it was 6,000 people.
Right.
So, and there also I wasn't asked. So someone mentioned, "Okay, Rujul बात कर पाएगा?" And then someone across the table, who I did not know, आप उसके ऊपर छोड़ लो, उसको पता है उसको क्या करना है.
Wow.
And so whether it's 60 people, 600 or 6,000 people, it's always impromptu. Because if I
Yeah.
start being formal about my formats and all those things, I think I lose the connection on the go, with the fear that ये मैंने किया, ये मैंने नहीं किया, ये तो मेरे को करना था. So rather
Correct.
than
Correct.
feeling uplifted after the drum circle, oh wow, it was such an amazing drum circle. I'll be, अरे यार ये करना था, अफसोस नहीं होना चाहिए.
Correct, correct. So,
So yeah.
Rujul, tell us about what is the impact of the paradigm shift today. Like today, where you are, you have, incurred your, you have gone through your journey, you have had your obstacles, and now where are you today? And how are you? What is the future hold for you?
So, firstly, after the pandemic, it was a little challenging to lift the drum circle once again, because a lot of things have changed. The way we used to gather, people have started being a little skeptical about gatherings,
Right,
but
right.
yes, we do reassure them that don't worry, things are fine. And rather, drum circle is something where people will be seating, a little away from each other, so not to worry about that. The the change that has happened, I think, is
You've grown as a person, and you're helping
grown as
other
a
people to
person.
grow too.
Actually, there's so many ways. I mean, when I look at myself back in 2014 and now, I never thought that you know the drums are, it could be it could bring such big change to, especially to the lives of people. I have more than I think more than the change that I have gone through. I have people coming to me and say that just after one session, that they actually, a lot of people have cried after the session, that
Wow.
I was going through something, and I did not know what was going inside me. But yes, there have been, I have felt the change after this session. I don't know what the change is, but there has been some change that I feel, and I feel at a better place. And I think that's very important. It's not important to know what change you experienced, but I think firstly it's important to know
Amazing.
that there is some change, a positive change that you feel. Because when you again start defining, अच्छा ये क्या था, ये क्या था, you again get into that circle. So it's better to just feel a few things than defining what you feel.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
so
because just now when we did our one-to-one drumming session, it was amazing. I mean, I was already feeling like, oh my God, this is. So imagine doing that for like 3 hours, or say, your shortest one was for 45 minutes. So I'm sure it would, and I saw the one that you did in TEDx Surat, where you had like rows of people and you kept getting them to do just with their claps. I mean, that was
So
amazing. And
honestly,
then,
let me, because this is public, let me also put this out that when I did TEDx Surat, it was my most nervous talk. The
okay.
reason being that I had to remember the talk, and I cannot do that. It's just not me when I do that. So when people will see me there, they'll know that yes, I was quite conscious. But when
Okay.
it came to that, the drum circle part, the doing it with the people there, it was not that format wasn't planned, and that was where I got into my territory, and it was amazing. That was also something around 700 to 800 people there.
That was amazing.
So
So you should, once we post this video, you must put that link over here of TEDx Surat. So that'll be really great because I saw that and it was amazing. So Rujul, before we end, do you want to do another one?
okay, all right.
Simple one.
Okay, let me do this. Let me
What
do
is
this
it?
on the. This is a lamp that I have here.
Wow, beautiful.
Okay, can you hear me?
No,
No. Okay, okay. I won't try
you
that
you do
then.
your thing. You do your thing, na?
No, no. I was trying to play on the lamp actually, but
Okay.
it wasn't coming in the mic. So anyway,
Yeah.
let's do it with the drum.
Okay.
Superb.
That is amazing. I'm listening to you. Rujul, so before we end this, because it has been a fabulous 40 minutes. So I just want to tell everybody that is joining us from Rujul's drum circle, please follow the Paradigm Shift page because we bring some amazing stories of amazing people who make a change in themselves and for the society to bring about some kind of betterment for a better tomorrow. And everybody that is joining us from the Paradigm Shift, please follow the drum circle. Rujul is doing an amazing job, and if you need to have him over for some kind of group dynamic sessions, you can contact him. He will be tagged on the videos below. So any last words for our viewers, Rujul?
Intuition is a very, very big tool, and the more you use it, just like experience, it grows. And when you are looking into intuition and working with it, please do not look for logic, because intuition is something that comes from within, and you just need to leave it on that energy out there, and things will fall into place for sure. So
Right.
thank you so much. And um, you, Dipshika, are a big part of a lot of shifts that could be happening to people's lives from the sessions that you do with people, because getting the word across also, you never know who's it motivating, who's being uplifted,
Good.
and you are
Absolutely.
the channel. So channel is equally important. And thank you so much for this session, and it was lovely talking to you, and thank you so
Same here.
much.
Same here, Rujul. It was amazing, and I'm going to drum away now. All right. Good evening. Thank you. Have
Good
a nice
evening.
day.
Take
And
care. Bye.
Mahesh Bhavsar says good. And we're going to have lots more comments once this video is being posted. So, Rujul, don't forget to put your TEDx video here,
Surely,
right?
surely, surely. Thank you so
Okay.
much, everyone.
Good
Take care.
evening.
Bye.
See you. Bye. Take care. Bye.